Good morning. We are off to Seaside Park in New Jersey. This is such a favorite place of my family's. Whenever I saw the sign for Fisher Boulevard, you knew you were getting close. You were almost there. This was such an amazing place. As you drive through the streets, you start seeing more and more of the boats, and you know you're getting closer to the water. It was always such a fun time. My dad would take us down here every Monday and Tuesday, all summer long, except for 2 weeks we go to Lake George, New York. And on every corner is almost a Wawa. And if you haven't been to a Wawa, oh my gosh. It's like the end-all be-all convenience stores. I'll take you through one of them here. I'll do some films so you can just see how amazing it is. But for now, yeah, let's take a drive down. This is so pretty. So this is the bridge you go over from the main part of the state, and you drive across the bay. And whenever we do, I always like to roll my window down and inhale nice and deep of the salty sea air of the bay. It was so amazing. So the bridge there on that left you see that's higher up, that's the way back. And the lower bridge here is on the way there. It's a little bit overcast here this morning. Sometimes they'll raise part of the bridge up. There's an area in the middle. I think that's the only spot. There might be some more. When they have tall ships, anything that's large that has to come through, they'll raise up that bridge area and let them come through. Here's just to see some guys on some jet skis that they're having fun. And once you get across, that place there on the right, they've always had a building right there. Usually they used to sell like nautical items, seashell stuff. It was always really cute. Yep, it's in the township of Berkeley. We used to come here every single year. I try to bring my kids back too, so they got a chance to have fun and explore. See all the docks and the boats. I love marinas. Oh my gosh. I spend a lot of time walking on the docks and looking at all the boats and ships. You're going to come around this corner here, and that place there on the right is where you can rent out a lot of the jet skis, wave runners, all that kind of stuff. They've been there a long time. Different building, I'm sure it was all completely new since the superstorm Sandy took away a lot. And there it is, Seaside Park. Man, the memories, I can't even begin to tell you. So many great ones. But you kind of come around this corner here, and you'll see the signs. It's easy to find. You won't get lost. Island Beach and State Park. It's a little windy here, but it's not too bad. There it is. Welcome to Seaside Park. Just a couple more extra turns and then boom, there you are. The ocean is just beyond those dunes straight ahead. The dunes have been added. Used to be before they weren't there. It was just a fence line, but it helped to buffer the storms by putting them in there and adding the grasses. Before, we never had any of that. You could see clear to the ocean. And that's a building I think that it's been renovated. It looked like that's one of the hotels. But you come in here and you swerve around and then you get into the parking spot. And it's kind of free parking after Labor Day. So this is right on Labor Day weekend. The lifeguards will write down the time of the tides, and that's all the prices for the different badge and that you can get. But isn't that view beautiful? They put in these nice little kind of ramps and walkways. It's still hard to walk on those with your bare feet. I did, and it was a little rough because they're like really, I don't know, it's like a rough kind of, like a beach mat, I guess it is, and then your sand falls down underneath it. So it's great to walk on and get sand off your feet, but I wouldn't recommend walking down there barefoot. I would say you should wear sandals or something, or flip-flops until you get to the sand itself. Oh, I could watch that ocean forever and ever. So this faces the east. This is the Atlantic Ocean, for those of you who are geographically challenged or just don't know. And yes, you can go swimming in that. The water was pretty clear. I've seen it filled with jellyfish, seaweed, horseshoe crabs, all kinds of crazy stuff. Even sharks, yes, I've swam out there with the sharks. But, they never bothered me. Beautiful though, eh? We saw this couple sitting down there. I think they have like one or two kids sitting in front of them playing in the sand. Okay. It'd be nice to sit out there and do that.
Yeah.
It's really cute. So we think they made that like a private area that maybe that was special. I don't know. It's all, like I said, it's all sectioned off where you can't go through it. I wonder what's up with that. Or if that's just where they have a special event or something. It has changed a lot though. So for some reason, I wonder if they put this here in case the sand gets too hot in the afternoon. Because the sand can get so hot. They have this little plastic kind of board down or something. Yeah. And nice they put trash cans on the beach because people always have their trash everywhere. Look, that's pretty good. It goes in either direction. But it stops right there. It's just a short.
It looks nice because you pay to have to take care of it. I'll show you when we go.
Let's go over here where the waves are breaking. See all the little seagull tracks. Ooh. Oh my gosh. My family's been coming here longer than I've been alive. Oodles and oodles of years. Eons.
How many years?
Eons. Eons. Before I was born. I'd say, I don't know. I have to ask Uncle Freddy, I think.
When was your first time here? When was your first time
I was a little baby when I got here, but my family had been coming here before that.
jet and everything else that was on there, the haunted house, all that got taken into the ocean. Then they used to have another one, so that was the big people's ride, casino pier, I think. And then they had the Funtown pier, which was right there. And it was probably where that building was at. They come out. And that's where all the kiddie rides were at. So they had a big fire right after Superstorm Sandy. It was a big fire that took that out. It looked like they were trying to rebuild it.
They were trying to.
Yeah. They were trying to rebuild it after the fire. So the storm came first and took out Star Jet. And I'm not saying the Jet Star because the Jet Star was actually removed before Superstorm Sandy was replaced with the Star Jet. Very similar roller coaster. Then the Superstorm Sandy took away that and also the haunted house that was there on the end. And I think the log flume too as well. And then right after the Superstorm Sandy is when the fire came and broke out and took out the Funtown pier, which was all the the little kiddie rides and stuff like that. And they tried to rebuild it, but it looked like they're trying to make it into a private area. So, which is sad because you used to be able to walk all the way down, go under the boardwalk and under the pier and all the way to the other side, even beyond that pier in the background. So you can see where you can go, like, walk right back underneath there. And it was the same when the other pier was there. People fishing and stuff too. The water. Kind of overcast today. Nice waves in the back. Breaking nice. Each year we go to Seaside, there's always seemed to be something different. This year was the Sandpipers. Aren't these guys cute? It reminded me when I was 4 or 5 years old. We have it on 8mm film of me chasing the waves back to the ocean, and then when they came forward I would go running away. And I realized I was a sandpiper. Oh my gosh, that's too funny, but they're so cute. I loved watching them. And while we were there, we saw surfers. We don't often see surfers. These aren't big waves like in Hawaii, but let's take a look and watch them anyway.
So that whistle you guys heard earlier, that was the lifeguard signaling everybody to get off the beach and out of the water, and then you'd have to come and pay. Usually that's around 9 or 9:30 that you'd have to do that, and then you could go back on again. It's free before that, and then usually after 4 or so p.m. it was free to go back on the beach if you wanted to. So they do that because during the peak hours it allows the lifeguards to be paid, they keep the beaches clean, they do a lot of different maintenance and things like that, and it helps to pay for that. So sadly we are having to leave Seaside. We didn't have a whole lot of time this morning while we were there. We had to get back to the Philadelphia airport so I can fly back to Maine. It's not hard to leave either. It's pretty easy. The signs are pretty clear. You just follow them. It's almost the same way that you came. This has been the same way to get on and off the island for years and years. Not much of that has changed. My family would always come here very early in the mornings, and then we would get on the beach, come off pay, and then get back on again, and we would stay for, till like 11:30, and that's when the sun got really hot, so we would be off the beach by then, and we would go back to a campground. It used to be like Cedar Creek Campground at one point, and then it changed, I think, to Abocondo or something like that. I don't know if that's still there or not, but it was a campground that was right alongside a Cedar Creek, or creek, however you want to pronounce it, depending on where you're from. And the water there, you could go swimming in that, and it was amazing. It was a beautiful golden amber kind of cedar color. It was, tinted by the cedar trees. It was so pretty and so cold, but you'd come off the beach and you were all sticky and salty, and everything. So it was great to refresh yourselves in the Cedar Creek, and that way you felt a lot better and just cleaner, even though it was so cold. So here we are going back over the bridge. It's such a great view, especially from this higher bridge. So you can see the people in the boats. And this is where you can see the jet skis or wave runners. Like we're going to see here, these guys coming up. Does anybody know the difference between a wave runner and a jet ski? Or are they pretty much the same? If you can put that in the comments below, I'm kind of curious. They look like so much fun. I never actually got to do that. When we came, we were always about swimming, going on the boardwalk, or we were fishing for snapper blues, or we would go crabbing, especially in the bay. Such a great time. So many childhood memories. Thank you guys for coming with me to Seaside. I hope you like and subscribe and ring the bell so we don't miss any of the great adventures coming. We'll see you guys in the next.